Wow. Love it when we already have almost 400 people in the building. Guys, on YouTube and on Facebook, just let me know you can hear me a lot louder over the music. Just let me know. You know, we're testing things out. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop those crowns and those elephants. All right. Okay. Uh-oh, I see family in the building. Thank you. I can't even highlight my family because you guys, not you guys, but I got to be careful what I share about my life because just saying. Shout out to everyone here in the building. Jamaica's in the building. What's going on, Sister? Hey. Ghana's in the building. I need to do a tour in Africa. Can someone set up the tour? I need to do an Africa tour. And when I say Africa tour, first of all, I need to just go back to the motherland and do a separate tour for fun and just to be there. But to meet all of you folks that are watching around Africa, we have an African community. Anyways, guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All right, Manchester, UK's in the building. Love it. Kenya's in the building. Not Kenya Moore, the country. Claire, I didn't realize you were in Kenya. I didn't realize that. Catherine, not the killer. All right. Germany's in the building. I love it. Indiana's in the building. Oh, wow. We are international, baby. But we already knew that, right? Chi-Town, stand up. Canada, love it. Julie says, yes, the tour. All right, y'all. I have to wait, you know what it is? I got to turn down the music in my ear because I don't know if that's doing it. We're figuring things out. If you saw my video earlier today, guys, we reported on the family Chantel story that Pedro and Chantel are getting a divorce. Apparently, Pedro filed for divorce, and it looks like it might be real. I don't know if it's real. But you may notice in that audio, we're working on things in the studio, trying to improve audio and visuals and things like that. You know, we're always elevating. So we had a little bit of an issue. But I wanted to test out some background music. All right. So, as you already know, there was a lot of backlash from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ladies this week, especially when it comes to the clips that came out on July 4th. And I have to say, guys, I really believe that Bravo put these clips out this week because they knew here in the States it was going to be a holiday, so they wanted to distract. And they're like, oh, not a lot of people are going to notice this. I literally had to stop my July 4th festivities to report on this. I literally had to stop. All right, I got to stop the music, y'all. It's distracting me. I'm not used to it yet. It's okay. It's all right. We'll get there. I'm a little distracted. So I believe they honestly put those clips out. There were multiple clips that came out from this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The reason why they put that out was because they knew it was a holiday here in the States, and they knew that people would have a really terrible reaction to what we saw. One clip, we see Kyle, first of all, getting very physical with Sutton. In another scene, we see Kyle denying Sutton having 2 miscarriages. And then we get the very cringeworthy scene at the same party where Erika's flirting with Oliver, Garcelle's oldest son. And then she tells her youngest son, Jax, 14 years old, to get the F out of here. Unprovoked. He's literally come to get his mother's flowers, and she literally, with the nastiness in her voice, tells this young kid, and I don't even care if he was 18, 22, 30. It was unprovoked. Why are you cursing at me? I didn't even say hello to you. I didn't say anything to you. And you're telling me to get the F out. No, you get the F out. The party's over. Literally, Dorit and Erika are the only ones left at this party. No, you get the F out. You get the F out. So we had that cringeworthy scene, but before that, as I said to you before, she was flirting with Garcelle's married son. Garcelle has a married son. Okay, before we even get to that, let me give people time. We almost have 1,000 people in the building. Guys, don't forget to like the video. We'll drop the call-in link when we reach a certain goal. Royal Court members, I will be posting the link first for the backstage so you guys can call in and share your thoughts first. I'll let you know when I do that. Oh, I'm so glad. So Monique says, what are you sipping on? This is a cassava shake that, I love my cassava shakes. Shout out to them. They need to give me something. They need to give me something. So it's chocolate. And, I want to make sure I have enough energy and I'm not cranky. You know how I get when I'm hungry. Just saying. All right. Hold on. I forgot to save a super chat. Hold on. Let me go back up. I missed a couple of super chats. Let me just save these, y'all. Hold on one second. If I missed your super chat, I apologize. Let me just say thank you. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Nice to see you here. Planting Life Matters says, maybe Diana can sponsor you in Africa. You know what? Really? Thank you for the super chat. And thank you so much for another super chat. She says, Wagwone Kemp? What does that mean? Thank you for the super chats. All right, let me get back to this. Let me focus. Did I miss another one? Hold on. Let me just make sure I didn't miss. Okay, no, I got it. All right, back to this. So at Garcelle, so this is a continuation on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is a continuation from last week's episode where we're at Garcelle's party. And look, I said this last week, I'm gonna say it again. All of them were drunk. And Garcelle, who it was her birthday party, Garcelle looked like she had a good time, but she didn't seem like she was just like, also, I think her sons are there as well. But everyone, especially Kyle was drunk. I could see it. Sutton was drunk too. And Sutton, look, y'all know I'm a straight shooter. I'm not twerking on the fence here. When someone tells you not to touch them, don't touch them. Kyle, don't touch and grab on Sutton. Sutton, if Diana says don't touch her, don't touch her. Because look, we have all the feelings and thoughts about Diana, but when someone tells you not to touch them, don't touch them. And anyone else notice the lipstick that was in Sutton's hair? That was annoying me the entire time. Like, whose lipstick was that? So Sutton and Diana, Madam Diana, New Money Jenkins. And yes, I've seen the reports on the lawsuits that Diana Jenkins had from her former employees about how she didn't pay them overtime. And Google schmoogle, you can see, honestly, this is going to be a one and done for Diana. So I'm not even covering any more stories on her. I'm tired of talking about this woman. Look, I'm tired of talking about them, specifically her. She's going to be one and done. And not because of what she said to Philly Diva on Instagram. She's one and done because she was boring way before that and brought nothing. And she continues to bring nothing. So Sutton and Diana try to have a conversation to resolve their issues. And Sutton brings up the fact that she had 2 miscarriages. And Kyle, being the forever producer and nosy, like, Kyle, go somewhere. Why are you here? Kyle's like, I don't believe that. Like, go somewhere. And just because a woman has not told you that she had a miscarriage, I'm sure there are plenty of women that you know and that you are very close with, maybe even family members, have never told you that they had a miscarriage because of all the feelings that they're having because of that and don't want to talk about it. So I understand that Sutton and Kyle might be somewhat close, but I also don't think they're that close because they didn't know each other before this show, from what I can recall. And I wonder, even with the closeness that Garcelle and Sutton have, I wouldn't be surprised if Garcelle didn't know about Sutton's miscarriages. That seems like a very personal thing that not everyone's going to share with everyone, especially someone like Kyle, because she might try and use that for something else, unfortunately. And yes, Kyle has released her apology on social media. I didn't cover that either because I'm tired of these people. But I will say, like I said at the top of this, I do feel that Bravo strategically released all of those cringeworthy scenes on July 4th because they thought people would be busy with their family and friends and away and enjoying the July 4th. But you guys are like, oh, no, got time for this. What did they do? What did they say? So while Sutton is having that cringeworthy conversation with Diana, they eventually get to a place of fake, okay, we're okay. Fake, okay, we're okay. Because we know that they're not okay. We know that Diana's just going to be fake and be like, oh, it's all right. I don't want you to cry. At one point, Sutton calls her a mother effer. Sutton was drunk. I could see it on Sutton's face. She was drunk. She was having a good time. So they have that fake hug, and apparently they will move forward. That's what Sutton thinks. So Kyle's like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to go continue to do splits. And then we get to the next cringeworthy scene where Erika Jayne is flirting with Oliver. First of all, Oliver is he's a cute man. He looks just like Garcelle. I didn't realize how much he looks like Garcelle. And Oliver has a twinkle in his eye. Anyone else notice that? Not a lot of people have a twinkle in their eye, and if you do, God bless you. Even with the little tattoo on it, he's still got a ding in his eye. Why does he got a twinkle in his eye? Damn you. I want a twinkle in my eye. I guess you can only be a twinkle in your mother's eye at this point. Now, some of you are dead in the eyes. Belisha says, yeah. And she's asking this married man. Yes, he's married. And I feel like, Oliver, I think you were trying to be nice, partially because the cameras are there and your mother raised you right. But I needed you to shut that down. And this is why so many women get upset with their men, because they don't shut down women like Erika. I'm a married man. Stop it. This is why you need a gay friend. I could have walked you through that. No, you need to shut her down. You need to shut her down. Your wife is going to see this. She's seeing that you're like, bye. Your wife probably was pissed. Why are you saying goodbye to her like that? Oh, see, exactly, says my husband's like that. Too nice. I know the wives are like, he needed to shut that down. Oh, Claire says, close your legs to married men. But she's already said it on the show. She has no problem if someone's married. Oh, really? Oh, really? Hide your husbands. You think I would have that woman around? Even me. You think I would have Erika Jayne around my husband? Omar, he said, unless. Don't do it. Don't do it, Omar. Omar, don't do it. Oliver, don't do it. There are enough ladies for you to, never mind. Let me just move on. So one of the things that has been very triggering for a lot of people was, and this is why we talk about these things, because I think a lot of people, it would have went over their heads, because when she asked him, about him being married, and she talked about she talked about having a threesome with his wife, but she referred to the wife as the baby mama. And as you know, last season, Garcelle had to school Kyle on certain stereotypes about Black people that a lot of white people or non-Black people would not understand if you were to make that sort of insinuation. No, she's not his baby mama. She is his wife and the mother of his children. And I know a lot of you have been waiting on an apology from Erika Jayne because, as you know, Kyle released an apology over the. Did Dorit release any apology for the things that she said during this episode? Just let me know in the chat because I'm not going to Google schmoogle because it's not even worth it because their apologies, as I said to you guys on Twitter, again, follow me on Twitter because there are certain things I just don't share anywhere else. I said, at some point, sorry just isn't enough. How many times can someone say sorry before it's like, girl, do you understand? Oh, Nina says Dorito has said nothing. None of them apologize, including Kyle in that Instagram story. Norma says no apology from Dorito. An apology does mean nothing, especially if you're going to do the same behavior again. So we had that cringeworthy scene between Oliver and Erika. So Garcelle gets her son up out of there because she's like, I'm not going to eat. He's a married man. She's drunk. Crystal asks Garcelle, do you want to take these flowers with you? And she sends Jax, her 14-year-old son, to go pick up the flowers for her. And then this is when we have that cringeworthy scene where Erika is like, what are you doing here? Get the F out of here. And I don't care what Erika says in a later scene. I was, ish talking with the kids and with the teenagers. There was nothing joking about what Erika said to Garcelle's son. There was nothing joking. There was no joke. It was out of nowhere. This was the only time I really felt that Erika Jayne was drunk. But as Garcelle said in her confessional, that's the truth serum. Okay, she didn't say that. That's what Wendy Williams said. Shout out to Wendy Williams. It's the truth serum. And poor Jax. And look, here we go with the word violated this season. Is that a violation, Fox Sports flunkies? Is that a violation? He literally goes to his mom and tells her what Erika said. And he says, I was violated. But being a gracious son, he doesn't want his mom to say anything. But she's like, And I agree. I know a lot of you would have handled that situation very differently, but I agree with Garcelle. She's drunk and mixed with other things, okay? So she's not going to understand what I'm saying, but I'm going to go her and let her. She sobered right up, though. Y'all notice how Erika sobered right up? She's like, Garcelle, are you serious? Garcelle was like, she's done. Crystal, your saving grace was that you pulled Jax from that whole situation. I saw the motherly side of Crystal just immediately coming like, oh, let's get you out of here. Can you imagine if he went over there by himself? You couldn't rely on Dorito. Dorito was just sitting there like, you can't talk that way to him. You're just sitting there, Dorito. All right, let's move on because there's so much to cover, and I know you guys want to call in and share your thoughts. Let me just say thank you. We have quite a few super chats, and thank you guys so much for supporting the channel any way that you can, watching, sharing, sending super chats. Shout out to our members. I appreciate you guys as well. High Vibe says, thank you so much, High Vibe. She says, Kempire, did you hear Jax say he felt violated? He was hurt. You could hear it in his voice. His parents are loving. They don't speak to him like that. Exactly. Like, for him to use that word meant something to me. Because for a 14-year-old to find that word, I was like, wow, that's bad. Jack, thank you so much for the super chat. Jack says, Madam sounds too nice for her. It's Pimp Diana. Jack. Oh, Lord. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know if, Michael, you're trying to say something and I missed it. I apologize. I see you sent a couple of super chats, but thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. And I love your photo. Don't you love the throwback photos? Oh, my goodness. I have a photo very much like that. All right. Tiana, thank you so much for the super chat. Tiana says, let me know if I'm wrong, but I've never seen Twitter drag any Beverly Hills housewife the way Black Twitter dragged Erika, Kyle, Mauricio, and Lips over the weekend. You might not be wrong, but I did feel And I don't think Bravo expected that folks would be, first of all, engaged during July 4th. I don't feel like they didn't think that people would be. They also didn't think that I would take the time out of my July 4th and make a video about it. But I was like, no, this is disgusting. What? And you're putting this out like a promo reel? Thank you, Tiana. Oh, you sent another one, Tiana. Thank you. Tiana says, my fiance would have checked Erika if she referred to him as his baby mama. I think, and I also think because sometimes when you're caught in the moment, not everyone's good in the moment when someone says something outlandish. Because trust and believe, some people, especially non-Black people, said some things to me, and then later I'm like, wait, what did they mean by that? Just saying. Sometimes I want to hear. Candace, thank you so much for the super chat. Candace says, yeah, I caught that baby mama shade also. WR, thank you so much for the super chat. WR says, saying hi from your replay crew. Now back to work. Garcelle is Haitian. We don't play with our kids. She handled it with class. WR, thank you so much. And shout out to our replay crew. We appreciate you guys as well. I want to know how you would rate this episode, what you thought of this episode. Was it even more triggering watching it the second time around if you saw the clips beforehand? I want to know. Thank you, Norma, for the super chat. Norma says, Crystal's saving grace was her find, right? But why was he acting so giddy over Dorito? That made him look less sexy to me. Anyone else? That's just me. Okay. All right. Let me say thank you. Shout out to Lima. Thank you for becoming a member. Guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, just click the join button under the video if you're watching from your computer. If you are watching from your phone, you can head on over to TheKempire.com/join. That is a new number. So be sure to, new link. So be sure to check that out. All right. I am missing a super chat. Hold on, y'all. I apologize. I just don't want to miss these later. Okay, I got them. All right. Let me just say thank you. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, sidebar, I just couldn't believe Kyle grabbing Sutton's arm. She had to have bruises. It was pretty harsh. And then Kyle tried to play it down when they had a dinner later. All right. I guess can we move on? Okay, no, we'll get to that in a second. She had to have bruises. Okay, back to work. Thank you, Julie. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Danielle says, if Bravo thought that Blacks would not have caught that on July 4th, then they are dumb. We just enjoyed being off. Hashtag Juneteenth. Exactly. Did they not get the memo? A good majority of us, look, a good majority of us wasn't, we celebrate our July 4th and Juneteenth. Did they not get the memo? Thank you, Auntie, for the super chat. She says, imagine Erika calling Asher, Diana's baby daddy. And literally that's what he is because they're not married. All right. Thank you so much, Moon Bakarak. I apologize. From the 8. Are you watching from Dubai or somewhere else in the UAE? Let me know. Thank you so much for the super chat. Don't forget, guys, later we will be live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai. I got so much stuff to talk to you guys about, and it's not necessarily about the show. It's offline. They thought I was going to forget after they were off for a week. I'm going to make some notes and we're going to talk about it later. And thank you so much for the super chat. Ann says, didn't watch but saw those clips. Utterly vile. My stand on boycott and Bravo is proving more true every day. Thank you, Ann. Okay, hold on. Damn, I appreciate all the super chats, y'all, but I can't keep up. All right, I got everything. All right, okay, good. Back to this. Miss Beverly said, why you whispering though? I don't know. All right, back to this. All right. So we had that cringeworthy scene. Garcelle comes back in to check Erika about it, but she says, we're going to have another conversation about this when she's sober. Okay, we'll get to that later in the episode. All right. So Garcelle is preparing for the real. As you know, they're rehashing the birthday party with RHOBH and her makeup artist and things like that. And shout out to the real. I wonder at this point, at this point, I don't believe she knew that the real was going to be canceled. Damn. I think Garcelle's good in that space. The real wasn't the first time that she's done similar work. I believe she had worked for like Extra or one of them, or Access Hollywood before this. So I see either a talk show or something in that realm for Garcelle in the future. She's really good at it. So she's getting ready, and they're rehashing the party. They're talking about Kyle's splits, but then they're talking about Erika being drunk and talking to her son the way that she did. And Garcelle's like, I'm going to have a conversation with her when she's sober. Let's move on. Sutton and Kyle have a dinner to talk about the conversation. And of course, Kyle, back in her sober mind, is like, uh-oh, I got to clean this up. I got to clean this up. Remember, Kyle's been on the show since the beginning. Kyle is a pot stirrer. Kyle wants to make sure that people all like her. Kyle, people have seen through you and your fakery. Okay? They've seen through you and your hypocrisy. And then in this conversation with Sutton, she talks about it's impossible to apologize to you because people are tired of you apologizing and doing the same thing over and over again. And she says, I want to make sure I want to make sure that you know that I know that you didn't make up the miscarriage. And Sutton's like, I didn't make up the miscarriage. And I didn't think that you thought that I did that. For me, that was a damage control scene. For me. Can we move on from it? Because I just, rewatching, I was like, I can't. I don't believe it. I don't believe Kyle. I feel like Kyle just trying to make this moment go away because she was drinking too much and she did a little too much. The insinuation that Sutton did not have a miscarriage, the pulling on Sutton and just the physicality of the situation. The food looked good though. Anyways. Okay. Crispy, thank you so much for the super chat. Crispy says, this franchise is becoming super dark. Why was Crystal the only cast member trying to protect the child? Good point. Thank you so much for the super chat. Lisa Rinna looks good on this episode, except for those shoes. I don't know who thought those shoes were cute. I mean, look, Caroline Stanbury probably thought those shoes were cute. Shout out to Versace, but maybe it would have been cute on someone else. We'll talk about Lisa Rinna in a second. So after Sutton and Kyle's dinner, it's the Thanksgiving holidays. And I know a lot of you have been asking, where is Kathy Hilton? Well, we heard that we would see Kathy Hilton this episode. And we did, briefly. I love how people are acting. Where's Kathy? Where's Kathy? Did you guys miss all the reports that we did about Kathy Hilton not filming and allegedly she was holding out for more money? But she said, oh, she was busy planning Paris's, wedding and honeymoon and things like that. So why are people shocked that you don't see Kathy Hilton just yet? Well, apparently we're going to see Kathy Hilton very soon. It's the Thanksgiving holiday. I love that we got to see all of the footage of the ladies celebrating Thanksgiving holiday, except Lisa Rinna and Diana. But Lisa probably didn't celebrate because of, Lois just passed. And the scene with Diana and Lisa, they talk about that a little bit more. But Kyle and Mauricio are prepping for Thanksgiving, and they talk about Farrah's engagement. Farrah's engaged now. Farrah's her oldest daughter, right? That she had with her first husband. Congrats, Farrah. Moving on. The standout scene to me, and I know a lot of people, oh, they just did this for a scene. No, I wasn't surprised that the two minority women on the show spent their Thanksgiving giving back. The first thing that they did, and Garcelle says it, the boys have been doing this since they were younger, giving back to the needy on Thanksgiving. No. And I wouldn't be surprised on Martin Luther King Day that they're doing some sort of act of service. That's a thing within the community. So that was nice to see. And then, of course, the boys and, all the families were celebrating Thanksgiving. Let's move on. I have to say, though, watching the Thanksgiving food, I was like, damn, I'm ready for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving used to be my favorite. I mean, it's still sort of my favorite holiday. Now Christmas has sort of trumped it. But I love me some Thanksgiving because y'all know I love me some food. but not like your typical Thanksgiving. I felt like when Kyle was mixing that big bowl of stuffing or dressing, whatever you want to call it. I'm not fighting you guys about what's called what. Whatever she was mixing, I felt like that was she took how many boxes of stovetop and put it in thing, because that just didn't look like handmade stove stuffing or dressing, whatever you want to call it. Shut up. I felt like she took multiple boxes of stovetop, poured it in a big bowl, and was like, "All right." And no shades of stovetop. That's my favorite form of stuffing. I'm just saying. Me personally, just saying. All right, that's just how I feel. Hold on. Samara says her stuffing looked dry AF. Oh, Elbishel's, it was Pepperidge Farm. You think? Rakita says, I don't trust Kyle in the kitchen when her dogs are home. And the shady editors show us the dog sniffing around. I wouldn't eat at her. Based off of this season, I would never go to Kyle's home for food. We're going out to eat if we go out. if we eat, or if we're eating. I'm not eating at your house. Sorry. Just me personally. All right. Let's move on from Thanksgiving, because that's not what we need to talk about. So Diana and Lisa meet up. So as you know, Lisa Rinna has been missing in action. Last week's episode, we didn't even get anything from Lisa Rinna except that little FaceTime between her and Kyle and Dorit. And a lot of people didn't miss her. Well, then Lisa Rinna decided to go on social media last week and say, I can't even fight with Garcelle without being called racist. Okay. And then she took a shot at the Dubai ladies. Well, can I drop some tea? Can I drop some tea? And I'll mention this again during our Dubai recap. Word on the street, Bravo was in communication with all of the ladies to simmer down on social media, allegedly. That was the word on the street. All of them needed to simmer down. Hence why we got this message from Lisa Rinna saying, you just never know how grief is going to manifest in your life. And all of you said, that's BS. That is BS. Because we want to know, Lisa Rinna, what about all the other times before Lois passed away when you were problematic on social media and in interviews? What about all those other times? What were the excuses then? But here we are. Guys, we have over 2,000 people in the building. I will be dropping the call-in link for you guys to call in. However, let's get to, okay, I'm going to leave it up to our mods. Mods, Diana, how many likes should we get for me to drop the call-in link? However, Royal Court members, I'm going to drop the call-in link right now for you guys backstage on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Guys, we are live on multiple platforms. We got 70 people on TikTok watching. TikTok, what's going on? Gorgeous Rocky says, she didn't even care about her mother. Look at her far away she was. Oh, look how far away she was in that. Look, I don't want to get into all of that because, like I said, you just don't know how people are going to grieve. But a lot of you have been speculating on stuff like that as well. All right. Marquita said, oh, thank you so much, Diana. Diana says 1,000. All right. Diana, our head mod. Look, our head mod has spoken. All right. Felicia says 1,500. Yes, and team members. I'm going to drop the call link for team members shortly thereafter, but we dropped it for the Royal Court members, guys. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. And for all the links, including our Black Label Kempire merch, head on over to houseofkempire.com. Or for all the links, head on over to TeamKempire.com/links. All right, enough of the commercial. I know. All right, we got a couple of super chats. Jag, thank you for the super chat. She says, those shoes, I prefer the Maloof hoof. Oh, how's she doing? Counting her money, probably. And thank you so much for the super chat. And says, why the shade of the shoes? Beyonce thinks they're cute, and as do I. Hashtag see profile pic. Oh, yes, you do. And thank you for mentioning. I said they do look familiar. Wait, so those are your versions, but those are like hot pink. And just living that life over there. Rinna just makes things look ugly. Probably. That might be it. Jay Hill, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, last night was a historic exit edit of the Fox Force flunkies. Sorry. Bravo is pissed. Umansky's went to Netflix. Mauricio screwed over his last boss. Why stop now? As you know, Mauricio has a Netflix show coming out with his, real estate show. Yes, I've heard the rumors. Oh, it might be in trouble. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, to be honest with you. Okay. All right, we got quite a few people backstage, so let me move on. So Cherie and Garcelle, and I know a lot of you are wondering, why is Cherie not full-time? Can we calm down? I like Cherie so far, but she has not shown anything to me so far that says full-time housewife. Y'all sometimes want to be just, calm down, hold on a minute. I like Cherie so far. I like the energy that she's giving us so far, but full-time, calm down. I haven't seen enough to say full-time. But I like it. And she literally is Garcelle's backup. And I wonder if producers decided to bring her in at this point because they felt like Garcelle did need it. Or did Garcelle advocate for herself? I need more allies on this show. Because when the Fox Force flunkies are ganging up on me, I'm going to need some backup. And Cherie's perfect. I feel like Cherie is not coming in just as her backup. She's trying to be friendly to everyone, even Lisa Rinna. So Cherie and Garcelle meet up before Sutton's garden party. Sidebar, Sutton's house? Oh my gosh. Sutton's house is beautiful. I don't like Sutton's fashions, but her decor? Beautiful. Sutton, you should put like a little deck outside. I mean, it's all really cute about, let's have a little garden party on the grass. But when it rains, then you have that muddy mess. And honestly, I don't blame the ladies for being, like, oh my God, I don't want to get my shit. I wouldn't want to get my good Crocs. Look. I wouldn't want to get them on the muddy mess and then tracking that back into the house. And she was tracking it back into the house. Ew. So before we get to Sutton's garden party, Cherie and Garcelle talk about what happened at the birthday party because Cherie didn't know, allegedly. I have a feeling she knew. So they rehashed what happened and Cherie was like, what? Not your 14-year-old son? And literally they say, you're going to be my backup. Because Garcelle is like, I'm not going to have this conversation with her when she's drunk and maybe mixing it with pills and things like that. I'm going to wait till I see her at this party to confront her. And that's exactly what we did not get to see yet, but it gets really awkward. Anyone else felt like this is so awkward? But I also don't feel it's Garcelle's job to initiate the conversation because as soon as she saw Garcelle, Erika, she should have apologized. She should have pulled her aside. She should have did it before this party. You shouldn't bring this drama to someone's party. But again, we're filming a reality show. You got to bring the drama to the party because even if you had a side conversation beforehand, we need to have the conversation on camera. All right. I know some people are so invested that they don't like, Michelle, I did see the sneak peek for next week. And Kyle, shut up. And I love the fact that Cherie does jump in. Her backup. All right. Welcome to the membership, Conchita. All right. Let me see. Okay. A lot of people misheard what Erika said. And I'm not here to defend Erika. Erika said Haitian mom, not mafia. I can see why people thought that, but she didn't say, and look, I would tell you if that was it. No, she said mom, Haitian mom. Okay. So let's go to Sutton's party. look, let's go to Sutton's party. Guys, you're just joining us. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills replay crew. We haven't forgotten about you. What do you think of the episode? Did the scenes fall differently or feel differently when you watched it after watching the clips on July 4th? Did it feel different to you? Let's have that conversation there. But anyways, so Sutton's house. At least Sutton didn't have a white refrigerator. So Sutton's still waiting on her Sub-Zero refrigerator, okay? She's waiting on that refrigerator. And at least she still had a stainless steel one. But the rest of when they showed this is Sutton's unfinished kitchen, I was like, this is before we saw the refrigerator. I was like, it doesn't look unfinished to me. It's beautiful. I love her backsplash. I love her island. She decided to keep the floors to the original state. It's from like a 1930s home. I was like, this home is gorgeous. I think she did a fantastic job. She's very like, even her Christmas decor is very, and it might be the southern part of her. I love like that country Christmas feel. Not over the top, not gaudy, not like, Kyle's foyer with the neon sign. That's gaudy. What are we doing here? Especially because the rest of your home is sort of like country feeling, like this neon sign in the middle of the foyer or foyer. There we go. What are we doing? We talk real estate here, y'all. We talk decor. I love it. I love Sutton's home. Except the muddy the muddy yard. I didn't love that. But she had slippers for everyone and she had furs because it was also chilly. But she said she's trying to be a little bit more flexible, Just saying. Julia says, not overdone like a New York girl. Oh. Is that me, the New York girl? How you doing? Oh, Brooklyn Brooklyn Star says, I thought Sutton's powder room could be different. Okay, but everyone's going to have a different taste. I have to say, Sutton's home decor related to something that I would like. I was like, I like this. I thought this was nice. We got to see the rest of the home as well. I was like, this is gorgeous. It took her 2 years to do it. So she's hosting the ladies at her home to show off, but it's like a housewarming. And Sutton always hosts, and she does a really great job. You notice how we're seeing Sutton's assistant a lot more? Sutton has a property manager, goals. Not a housekeeper. No. Property manager. Okay. I want a property manager. Can I get a property manager right now? There's certain things that I don't want to think about when it comes to my property. Or properties. Right? Carry it. I love it. This is what we do. During our Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls trip, just this past one last Friday, we went through Dorinda's $1 million New York City apartment that she just sold and renovated. If you missed that, we love looking through property. Tina, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Erika was scared playing Christmas music in the car. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I have to watch the replay, doing financial statements for the month of my husband's company and operating expenses, keep going from 1.5 million to 2.8. I got to focus. See y'all on the replay. All right, Julie. All right. Thank you for the super chat. All right. We already have quite a few people backstage. We're going to get to callers in just a second, but callers, Royal Court members, Team Kempire members, and everyone else that's calling in, the most pressing conversation that you want to have, and be brief because people are waiting behind you. So be respectful of those that are waiting because I really do try to get all of the callers. All right. So don't make it bad for everyone else where I just don't take all the callers and I just take a couple. Just saying. All right. Omar says, question, are these shows really reality shows because they pre-filmed? I want it in real time though. Reality TV is not what it used to be. It really isn't. And we're starting to see that more and more when we recap some of these shows. We're definitely seeing it with 90 Day Fiance, The Family Chantel, all of that. Angelia, there we go. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, when I first saw the clip, I was highly upset. After seeing the entire show, didn't change my view, only caused me to become more enraged. Lord help me. Well, I don't want the rage that you feel to hurt you. Because at the end of the day, you being upset and angry about what these idiots are doing on this reality show is only hurting you. It's not hurting them. So don't allow it to affect your mental or physical health. Just saying. Okay. Guys, we have almost 2,200 people in the room for our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. We appreciate you all being here and taking the time out of your afternoon to be here. And like I said, we have 2,200 people watching. So callers, be brief, to the point. All right. Cherry, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you as well. All right. Let me drop the call-in link for our Team Kempire members next. And we're going to get into our callers. But I have to first say something about this cringeworthy party. Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay. All right. So back to this. And we're still not at our goal for 1,000 likes. So let's get to 1,000 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link for the general public to call in. But our members have gotten the call-in link, and we appreciate you guys being here. It's on the community tab on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So the garden party. So all the ladies come except Diana. Diana does not tell Sutton that she's not coming. All right. We didn't really talk about Lisa Rinna and the conversation that her and Diana had. I kind of skipped over it. Here's the thing. That conversation, the only thing that stood out to me, we're not going to talk about Lisa Rinna and what her storyline is this season. But Diana reinventing what happened between her and Sutton. Look, Sutton wasn't perfect. I already told you that, and how she handled that whole situation, the physicality of that situation. She wasn't perfect. But Diana always reinventing what, and look, this was her perception, maybe of the conversation about Sutton constantly making things about herself, when Sutton says, no, I'm trying to relate to you on a human level. I've been through a miscarriage, so I'm trying to relate to you on that. I'm trying to sympathize with you. Oh, but you called me soulless. You are soulless. And the fact that Diana says that there is something about Sutton, something off about Sutton, that's how all of us feel about you, Diana. We just couldn't. We were all twerking on a fence. We were just like, I don't know about Diana. Something about Diana just doesn't feel right. And then we found out she has an issue with the race. Patrine, thank you so much for the super chat. Patrine says, I just finished watching the episode so I could watch the live. Thank you. This was such an annoying episode. Only the last 10 minutes were worth watching. Bye, Diana. She's so annoying. Hold on. Oh yeah, I did miss one. Okay. Ify, thank you so much for the super chat. Good episode. Kyle is vile, and welcome, Cherie. I love how you just summed it all up. All right. Hey, Tess. Tess says, agreed, Kempire. Sutton shouldn't have kept putting her hands on Diana, but Diana is genuinely cruel. Sutton isn't perfect, but I do believe she's the more sincere of the two. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Samara, thank you so much for the super chat. Samara says, I'm already tired of look-alike David Bowie, wannabe Austin Powers, fake Lisa Rinna, even though she had less airtime this episode. Thank you so much, Nisi, for the super chat. Nisi says, if anyone had spoken to Portia that way, Kyle would be up in arms. But I guess you can say any old thing to a black child. Shame on them for laughing. That was another scene that we didn't talk about. I think because we've talked about it in previous videos, I haven't talked about it here. But yeah, we had that other scene before we even got to Sutton's garden party. We had Kyle, Dorito, and their husbands talking about what happened at Garcelle's party, and they're laughing at Erika's behavior, including Erika talking to a 14-year-old in such a disgusting way, an inappropriate way. And Kyle has released an apology saying, oh, that's not what I was laughing at. And then Kyle, for next week, in the preview for next week, Kyle was like, well, Erika hasn't done anything like this before. And I'm still waiting on the producers to play, like they do for everyone else, play all the times that Erika has lost it. And I'm not just talking about last season. What about the time that she lost it on Eileen about her son? You don't know what I go through at night. It hurt my face doing that. It hurt my face doing that. So we had that cringeworthy scene where Mauricio is laughing and says, I was okay with it. And Dorit was saying, well, it couldn't be my child. So these are the things that people are being triggered by. The fact that you guys can laugh at a situation, but if it had been your child, and speaking of children and Portia, all of you people that are mad about the way that Erika spoke to Garcelle's son, that doesn't make it right for you to go to Portia's Instagram and talk about her in a derogatory way. Stop that stupidness too, because you're a hypocrite. We're talking about all children. We're not just talking about Garcelle's son. Leave Portia out of this. Look, I'm riled up. Let me say thank you. Patrine, thank you for the super chat. She says, Dorit in my Cynthia Bailey voice. What else is going on? I'm glad Erika recognized in her confessional that she was wrong. Jack says, Lisa is bitter that Harry wants a Luke and a Luke, not a broken wind up toy Lisa. And a Larry. A Luke and a Larry, and not a wind up toy Lisa. Thank you, Jack, for the super chat. Candace says, this season of Real Housewives of Beverly proves Nene might have a case. Might have a case? Not just this season. So many other things. Melanie, thank you so much for the super chat. Melanie says, I'm scared to call because I stutter, but Kyle rolling so hard for Diana at the party was pure cringe. Like I got secondhand embarrassment. Melanie, it's okay. It's all right. This is a safe space. Feel free to call in. Anyone can call in. We do not make fun of people here on our platform, and anyone that does will be kicked out. Just saying. Miss Jackson, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. I also saw, hold on. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Funny, thank you so much for the super chat. New Jersey loves Kempire. Would you ever consider covering Southern Charm? Thanks. I mean, a lot of people are asking me to do that. I just have to figure out my schedule for doing that. So stay tuned. I might get into it and see. Do I need to watch all the other seasons? Because I haven't really been keeping up. If not, okay. Allison, thank you so much for the super chat. Allison says, I just have to share that it is so funny that Diana shared 100% completely different story than what was captured on tape. And with all the money, why she still looks so basic? Okay. Oh, Miss Brooklyn says, Southern Charm is not worth it. Oh, see? All right, let me take a sip because we have quite a few people backstage. So we had that scene with Diana and Lisa creating some other narrative. That's not what we saw on tape. I don't think Sutton was perfect in that moment, but I also don't think that Sutton was bad as Diana was making it. We also had the Kyle and the husband scene that I felt was very cringeworthy, but we saw that on July 4th when they released the sneak peek and where they were making light of what Erika did and saying, we haven't seen Erika so loose and open ever before, making excuses. But again, if it was her kids, either Dorit's or Kyle's, it would be a whole other situation. We're going to continue to talk about this because Kyle in next week's episode, again, makes more excuses for Erika's behavior. And I know a lot of you are probably going to come at Garcelle for bringing up the fact that Erika is mixing alcohol and pills, but Erika has said this on the show. So I don't feel like Garcelle is stepping out of nowhere by saying this. You literally have said it on the show. Okay. All right. So we're back at the garden party. Sutton's house, still beautiful. But Sutton, you should have put some sort of something. I know it was last minute. You didn't expect the rain, but if you're going to host the ladies there should be at least some sort of deck out there for a party like this. Or something to cover up the mud. Because I honestly wouldn't want to be stepping on that mud. Not in flip-flops, nothing. And then sitting in it? No. I look, straight shooter. Just saying. So, of course, the ladies come. Everyone's arriving. Lisa Rinna arrives early. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? We get to see more of the home. Yay. Cherie and Garcelle arrive. Everyone's, saying hello, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Kyle's like, I am not going to take off my shoes because this is a look. And all of you said, good question, Miss Brooklyn. They conveniently did not have a new episode of Watch What Happens Live last night. I know people are speculating, but I believe that was on schedule anyway. You just never know, All right. Yes, thank you, mods. Thank you for reminding people. Don't forget to like the video, guys. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, don't forget to follow our podcast. Subscribe to the Kempire Radio podcast, where you get a conversation where I talk about certain things that I don't talk about anywhere else. And the visual version then is later uploaded to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. God forbid, and I'm not going to put this out there, God forbid anything happens here, if something happens here, be sure to subscribe. The road to 10,000 subscribers on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. Mods, if we can just post a link to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel in the live chat, please do so. Or you guys can just Google Schmoogle Kempire Radio. Check that out. All right. Let me get to some of these callers. So the conversation, we don't get the actual conversation with Garcelle and Erika this episode, but what we do get is a very awkward scene between the two of them. And I think Garcelle was waiting for Erika to bring it up before she confronted her on it. And she's like, I learned one thing, one drink is enough. And Garcelle's like, yeah. And Garcelle's like, that's not really the issue. You can have multiple drinks and just not yell at my child or anyone's child. But then they have a flashback scene with Erika and Crystal where Erika really tries to downplay what she said to Jax. She's like, I was ish talking with the teenagers. No, you weren't. You were berating Jax for no reason, unprovoked. Angelique says, black boys are not children to them. That's it. I'm done. And I know some of you are like, oh, what are you guys talking about? Well, unless you are a black child or haven't experienced this, I mean, there's literal scientific conversations and studies on how Black people and Black children are treated differently in multiple different environments in the medical world, in schools, and things like that. There are studies. If you do your homework, there are studies on this. There are stories about this. Thank you so much for the super chat, Guamisi. Thank you so much. All right. I've been talking for almost an hour. Damn. I'm sorry. We've digressed a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that we covered like every aspect of this episode. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Frederick, thank you so much for the super chat. Frederick says, you have to be careful with friends that insinuate that you're a better person when drinking. They do not have your best interests. Good point. Daily Chit Chat, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, hi, I love your commentary. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, Miss Brooklyn says she had no respect for Denise kids either. Okay. And yes, I did see the photo of, what was it, Denise, Crystal, and Garcelle hanging out or something like that recently. But they were hanging out. They were hanging out at the Ivy. If you're going to the Ivy as a celebrity, let's break the fifth and fourth, sixth wall. If you're lunching at the Ivy, you're there to be photographed. So that was intentional. Just saying. Shout out to the Ivy. But if you're a celebrity and you're going to the Ivy, you're going there to be photographed. There's a few places like that in California. Just saying. All right, guys, we have almost 2,500 people in the building. We appreciate you guys. I know a lot of you have strong opinions about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Again, callers, be brief, to the point. There are people waiting. So be respectful of those that are waiting. So we're not going through the entire episode and every housewife on this episode. The most pressing thing that you want to talk about. All right. Have we hit our goal? We're almost at our goal of 1,000 likes. We have almost 2,500 people in here. Liking the video not only supports my channel, but other channels that talk about similar topics. So liking my video, you're supporting me, but you're also supporting yourself, content creators watching. All right, let's get into this. Oh, Satra says, white people see Black children as adults, highly sexual, highly aggressive. Remember Serafina. If you haven't seen that movie, I implore you. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, might not be able to call in because of work. But Erika knew she was wrong. They all try to downplay it. When Erika said, oh, he's 16, he's not young, shows that if Crystal didn't speak to her, she would have found an excuse. And she was like, oh, he's 16. Oh, that's different. That makes a difference. How does that make a difference? How does that make a difference? So we had that flashback scene, and now we're back at this awkward moment. They don't have the conversation yet. They're saving that for next week's episode, where Erika apologizes to Garcelle for what she said to her son. But it's very awkward. It's very awkward. I don't know if I had like secondhand awkwardness watching them interact, because I can tell that Garcelle wanted to have the conversation, but she didn't want to be the first one to bring it up. But Garcelle, when they sit down, Garcelle, the conversation leads into Diana, and Diana not being there and not calling Sutton and letting Sutton know that she wasn't coming. And Garcelle's like, you know what I call that? Rude. And then Lisa Rinna decides to chime in when it comes to Sutton's behavior. Mind you, she wasn't there. So she's automatically taking Diana's word on what happened between Diana and Sutton. And she's like, I think you can be passive aggressive. I think you can be passive aggressive. And Sutton, you saying I'm never passive aggressive. We are all passive aggressive at some point. Some of us more than others. Okay. But so look, I'm not going to say that Sutton's never passive aggressive, but Lisa Rinna calling Sutton a narcissist. I'm like, really? Really? Okay. All right. Oh, wait. We got some breaking news, y'all. Let me get into this breaking news before we get into callers. Oh, I'm just seeing this. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull this over. We have breaking news right now. Let me just bring this up. Wow. 82. James Caan, the legendary actor made famous for his roles in films like The Godfather, Brian's Song, has died. This was just posted on James's Twitter. It is with great sadness that we inform you the passing of Jimmy on the evening of July 6th. The family appreciates the outpouring of love and heartfelt condolences and asks that you continue to respect their privacy during this difficult time. Caan's breakout role came in 1972 when he played Sonny on The Godfather. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor as well as a Golden Globe. He reprised the role in Godfather 2. Before Godfather, Caan played Brian Piccolo, there we go, in Brian's Song. I remember reading that book. James was in numerous movies, including Misery. Remember Misery? God, that's probably what stands out to me. He was also in Dick Tracy. He was also in the iconic Christmas film Elf. Caan was born in the Bronx. Oh, he's a New Yorker. The son of Jewish immigrants from Germany. His dad was a butcher. James played football at Michigan State University. Caan was a fixture at the Playboy Mansion in the 70s and 80s. He loved to party and was never shy about speaking his mind. He has 5 kids, including Scott, an actor himself who starred in Hawaii Five-0. James was married most recently to Linda Stokes from 1995 to 2009. James was 82 years old. I mean, oh my goodness. May he rest in peace. But you guys know what I always say when we report on people that have passed. It's a reminder to the living to live more fully. So if there's something that you've been on the fence about doing, do that thing. All right. So, someone says, please don't do Southern Charm. Oh Lord, I wonder why. All right, let me get to some callers, guys. And again, callers, be brief. Be brief. We have a long line, and once we get through the backstage, which is full, I will post a call-in link to the live chat. We are live on multiple platforms, including, of course, TikTok. I see you, TikTok. Thank you all for being here. We're also live on Twitch and Twitter. We're live on TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Be sure to follow me on all my social media, guys, especially my Twitter at TheKempire or at Kempire Daily. All right. So because you're getting different experiences. Last night I was in Caroline Brooks's spaces, so you missed out on some stuff. So if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. And I might do my own little spaces, maybe a little Kempire After Dark on spaces. Stay tuned. All right. All right. let's get to some callers. Obi's backstage. I'm going to bring him up. Obi, are you there?
Yeah, hey, Kempire.
What's going on?
I really don't understand Garcelle because I would have been livid, and that filthy hustler would have known what day and time it was. Considering this would actually possibly be the only time she will be given a pass for the angry black woman stereotype. But the passion we see from her in defense is visibly less than the one used in the case of Denise Richards. I'm just saying. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Val Cal's apology is a class on gaslighting 101, and she must really think the world is full of dummies. Pretentious, lip-licking laser tongue with no style has to be the worst new addition in Housewives history. And she's giving all booster and no crown. She likely wouldn't show up at the reunion. Mark my word for it. Dry Dorito was an accomplice, and being a confessional gangster does not erase her behavior. I have no words for Lisa Rinna until she returns her lips back to his rightful owners. None of these ladies deserve any seconds on our screen. And shame on Bravo for making Beverly Hills a stress watch. That's it. Bye.
A stress watch. That was a word. A stress watch. How did you guys feel watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills last night? Was it stressful? Sonia, thank you so much for the super chat. Sonia says, I definitely feel a way when anyone refers to my son as "Hey boy." Silly Rabbit, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel as well. Thank you. All right, Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Danielle says, after the docuseries about Hugh Hefner, I would never want to be associated with the Playboy Mansion. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Okay, let's get to more callers. Rakita's Closet's backstage. I'm going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going on, Rakita's Closet?
Hey, Kim.
What's going on?
So I was on vacation, living my best irresponsible life until I saw that little clip on the Twitter sphere. And then I was like, hold up, babe, hold my Moscato. That was very disrespectful. Like, and then when I watched the episode, I was livid. I was very stressed watching that episode. But let me tell you why Cherie needs her diamond without an interview. Yes, she needed it already. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
She's giving me Hollywood exes vibes. Meaning she's bringing that Hollywood exes. She will read those girls to filth, but she will keep her class. Like, Cherie ain't worried about no angry black woman stereotype. Like, she said she got Will Smith ex-wife money. She ain't worried about that. But she still know how to do it without getting in the gutter. And she needs those girls to be rallied together. And I think she is the perfect piece of black girl magic to do it without ruining her reputation or furthering that black angry woman stereotype. Like, give her diamond. I don't need an interview. Like, let her do what she was born to do.
All right, Rakita, we appreciate you calling in.
Oh wait, Kim, I got a half of and excited to. I was listening to your podcast. Why you ain't tell us you sang? Why you ain't tell us you got a throat? Okay,
bye, Rakita. That's what I'm gonna start doing. We can have side conversations on Twitter, okay? No side conversations. You get 1 point that you want to share. If you guys are just joining, and look, I try to give you guys a moment to share your thoughts, and I don't want to be rude, but I do feel it's rude when you guys continue to not follow the rules, and there are people waiting. Okay, so you're being rude. All right, let's get some more callers. Gabriella's backstage. I'm going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going
Hello, bonjour. I just say first, it's worst after I see the show. One, Garcelle was dragged under the bus when she make her book and speak about daughter of Lisa, and Kyle make a comment about that, but Kyle doesn't make a comment when the poor kids was aggressed by Erika. And two, Oliver is hot like his mother. And three, I love the part with Crystal and Garcelle and the kids to give food to people. It's very good moment. And the outfit of Garcelle during the reception of Sutton is just wonderful. And we don't speak about African, Black American creator. I think it's on it. But to Lisa Rinna calling Sutton narcissist, please kill me. Okay. And third, I think the production tried to make an edit about Sutton. She's in hysterical. You know, when we see the footage at the part with Rinna and Diana speaking, and to see Sutton like she's insane, I think they tried to make this image. And I'm waiting for the reunion when Carl need to make a comment about what everything is happening with the kids. I'm waiting for the reunion. And then I finish and go to Twitter, guys. Go to Twitter.
We and Gabriella was on Spaces last night too. All right, Gabriella.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. I need to work on my French. All right. Ola says, I just love the French. Me too. Shout out to my friends in France. I need to get back to France. All right. Brooklyn Star's backstage. I'm going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going on, Brooklyn Star?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. This episode pissed me off. I really wish that Garcelle would invoke the spirit of our ancestors and 1804 Erika. Okay, I'm not waiting for the next scene. I'm not waiting for Erika to get sober. I'm meeting Erika where she's at. Her being drunk is not my problem. Okay, I'm just gonna have to see a judge because I'm gonna catch a case because she can't talk to my child like that. That was ridiculous. Kyle would have lost her arm grabbing me up like that. Diana, they don't need your jet. I could have sworn Sutton flew those girls out to Paris and got them Uggs. Your jet is not needed. Erika was also giving like plantation vibes, like she's the master's wife and one of the outdoor slaves came in through the house. That's what the vibe she was giving me. I really felt like Esther Rolle, like damn, why did they ask Dorit about her damn feelings? Okay, now she can't drive, but yet she can drink and fly out to places. She's a mess. Like I'm not now. I really don't.
I completely skipped over Dorit and all of the scenes with Dorit.
They asked her like 3 times during that whole episode about this, how she's feeling about this Rob. Honestly, I don't care. You know what? At this point, I got a confession. I did it. Take me to jail. I don't want to hear no more about it if it's going to shut her up. Okay. I don't want to hear no more about it. It's starting to give off a different type of vibe. Like you want to feel sympathy, but then you don't. Now PK's going to Europe and you're going to stay in the same house alone with the kids.
You know what? I wrote something down about what Dorito said. And she said, hold on. I have to talk about this. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Dorit says that she believes in having the tools to protect herself. And I thought to myself, girl, you had the tools to turn on that alarm and you didn't do it.
No. If PK's going to Europe, I'm going too, or I'm going to go check into the 4th season. So you're going to stay home with these kids? She's full of it. The ladies stepped up their fashions a little bit. This has been the best that Garcelle's looked the whole season in that suit. I think it might be a black designer. It looked really good on her. I already searched for Kyle's coat, because I want it. I found it, but it wasn't in my size, but I will be having it and be the rich auntie in the corner on Thanksgiving or something. I want that coat. I'm going to find it in my size.
All right, Brooklyn Star, thank you. And please post a picture of it so we can see it.
I find it. I'm gonna go wherever Tom and Erika's son flipped over the car in Pasadena or something. Okay, I need somewhere cold to go, you know.
Goodbye. Y'all are a mess. I can't. All right, let's get through some more of these callers, guys. If you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But also keep in mind, this is not the only thing that we do here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. It is your #1 source. Yep, I'm calling it. I'm saying it. Your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Don't forget, we will be live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai. We got to talk about that episode. And word on the street, they're coming to New York to film their reunion. Okay. She said, yes, in the ice and snow. Lord have mercy. All right. But does it snow in Pasadena? Who knows? All right. Let me get to these callers. Ashley's backstage. I'm going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going on, Ashley?
Hi, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Good. Let's go straight into it because I try to be respectful. Kyle, in her non-apology, she did not apologize, and that's my problem. Yeah, she made such a big deal when Garcelle said that she was closer to Kathy, a full-grown woman, and Garcelle apologized. Yet you can't even apologize for Garcelle's son being yelled at, and you thought it was funny. And Jax seems like such a sweet child. And I literally heard the confusion in his voice when he felt like he was violated, because he was confused. He was like, what is going on here? And it's also not lost on me that none of the other housewives liked or supported Garcelle with her son appreciation pearls. The only one was Sutton, Cherie, and her best friend that Kyle is not close to, Kathy. So, and I just noticed that Kyle and her sisters, they always have problems, and Kyle is always the one that's left out. She's a go with the wind type of person that I feel like, and she don't know how to stand her ground. She's too old for that. I have always hated the way she is with her sisters, because unfortunately my mother passed away, and one thing I know, she would come out that grave and slap me and my sister silly if we don't have each other's back. How she doesn't have her sister's back, that is unconscionable to me when it comes to Kyle. And that does not only stand for Kim, it also stands for Kathy when it looks like what's going to happen between Lisa.
Yeah.
And Erika knew what she was doing was wrong. And it was just like, but for Crystal to have to point that out to you, girl, stop. Just stop. That you knew that boy wasn't no doggone 16. Stop it. Just So, and then Cherie and Garcelle is exactly what we needed. Garcelle did need an ally, and Cherie knows how to do that, the reality TV, because she was it on Hollywood Exes. She did not play, and Garcelle did look amazing in that suit. Sis came ready, and I was here for it. Bye.
Thank you, Ashley. Bye. All right. I know a lot of you in the live chat are waiting for me to drop the call link. Let me get through a couple more callers because I just want to clear out the backstage a little bit. Again, callers, that means a lot of people are waiting to call in. Be brief. We're not going through all the episodes, your favorite housewife, the one you hate, the most pressing thing that you want to talk about. But let me say thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. If he says the whole world was outraged by what Erika said. Yep. Sonia, thank you so much for the generous super sticker. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Let me put this back in. Okay. Shantae, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. Hold on. What's going on, Shantae?
Hi, Kempire. How you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good. So I'm going to make it quick. I did not watch because I was like adamant on not giving them a view, even though it probably doesn't make, a difference that I didn't watch.
No,
But
don't say that. It does.
yeah, I definitely watched Dubai. But from the clip, I was just so like, my heart just melted for Jax because those boys aren't raised that way. You could tell that even with Garcelle's oldest son, whatever issues he worked through, his foundation was still good. Like he's a good person, a good human. So I don't know why why is she still feeling like she's on a high horse anyway? Like you should be the one sneaking in through the back door, like with the scarlet letter on your face. Like, so yeah, that was disturbing. I just want everybody to keep the same energy that they had for Garcelle when she was genuinely asking Lisa Rinna last year, when Lisa opened up about, her issues with anorexia or bulimia. And Garcelle asked, like, do you think that passed down to your daughter? Like, which wasn't offensive. And, everybody was like, don't talk about her daughter and da, da, da. So when you have a full adult woman cursing out an innocent child, like, where's the outrage? I want all the white tears. So, oh, yeah. I don't know what movie it is. I think Players Club or something, where it's like the strippers are there and then they have a sign. Sign when like a baller comes in, like, oh, the money in the building. That's how I feel like when Kyle finds out one of the ladies has an expensive bag or some money. She's like, ooh, some money in the building, and she clings to them. But yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all.
All right. So
I'll
thank
talk
you
to you
so much.
later.
Take care. Bye. All right. Let me say thank you. Noel, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. All right. Miss Brooklyn Diamond, I'm going to break you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Miss Brooklyn Diamond?
Hey, everybody. Hi in the chat. I just want to say two things off. You need a property manager. I'm a property manager. That's what I do for a living. And going to Africa, I could hook you up with that too, with a tour. I got the hookup on that too. So getting to the show, and I'm really going to kind of stick on to what for me was the focus of this. Again, with Erika, her statement, oh, I thought they were 16, reminds me of her statement with Denise's kids. Oh, they're 15. They probably done gave blowjobs or been involved in threesomes or whatever. It's a disrespect of other people's kids. And maybe it's because she didn't raise hers, that she doesn't understand how a parent feels towards a child and how you speak in front of a child and how you speak to a child. The baby mama comment after her being told that he was married, I get the impression, just the first thing that came to my mind was, you think she Black. And you think that he's saying, that's my wife, but not really married. Because if I say this is my wife, you're not going to say, oh, so that's your baby mama. He said, I am married. Yeah. So then you respect and say, oh, your wife. But she's, after hearing that, specifically said, oh, your baby mama, which just put it, I said, oh, so you just think that she's Black and he just saying that he's married. Like they ain't really married. And the whole idea, the Kyle's non-apology to both Sutton and Garcelle. Oh, I was laughing at a friend. If you think it's funny that your friend is in such a dire mental strait that she is mixing alcohol and drugs together, and you think that is loosening up, and that loosening up means insulting and disrespecting people's kids, then you need to check out who you are. Because I see my friend who is in dire straits from whatever mental things they're going through, whatever they're going through, and they're mixing drugs and alcohol. I'm pulling them to a side and saying, no, something's going on. You got to stop. We can't do it. Garcelle's the only one who acted like a friend in next week's episode, which we really could have cut Rinna and Diana and put that scene in at the end, where she said the drugs and the alcohol, maybe you need to rethink it. And then even then, Kyle is like, oh no, she's just letting her hair down. Letting your hair down is not abusing alcohol and drugs. That you're not my friend if you're telling me it's good for me to do that and embarrass myself on national television to do it. And for people who are on Garcelle about not acting out, one, that may not be who she is as a core person. Who she's acting is could be one, who she is as a core person. And two, unlike the rest of them heifers on that show, Garcelle has a reputation that she must preserve in order to continue
and jobs.
The jobs, exactly. She wants to continue to get jobs. So she has, she has a Hollywood presence. She has to preserve a certain kind of decorum and reputation, or people are not going to want to work with her. Look what happened with Will Smith recently. So back off her, let her deal with what she has to deal with in her way, and just support her and let her know that we have your back and that we're not okay with it. And really, that's it. Let me let people call in.
Thank you, Ms. Brooklyn. Thank you for calling in. All right. We're going to take some more callers. Did I miss a couple of super chats? Hold on. Oh, thank you, Sonia, for the super chat. Sonia says that caller. Hold on. I saw Iffy. Hold on. I apologize, guys. We have a lot of people in the building. We have record numbers today in regards to our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. I saw we have Patrine. Thank you for the super chat. Patrine says you missed some super chats. Love you though. I'm glad you love me though. I think. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Melanin Magic. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says Melanin Magic says the fake five are vile, but attacking their kids is wrong too. Also, to say Dorit's house should be broken into is wrong since no one broke into it. Damn. Come on. Okay, let me just make sure there's any more I haven't missed. Okay, no, I think I got everyone after that. And I see we got a couple of new ones. Let me just get to those guys. And we have quite a few people in the live chat. I'm going to drop the call-in link for the live chat to call in. However, again, those that are waiting backstage, again, please be brief. Please be brief. Briefer than I said at the beginning. All right. Let me just see. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, Erika being drunk is not an excuse for what she said. A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. Okay. I think that was it. Welcome to the membership, Captivating Courtship. Appreciate that. Again, guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. That is a new link. Or if you're watching from your computer, please click the join button. You don't have to become a member, but just a heads up, our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap on Monday will be members only live chat. All right. So shout out to all the members. We appreciate it. All right. Josephine, you're on May 11th birthday too. Happy birthday. Well, I mean, our birthdays have passed, but I may love him too. All right, let me get to these callers. Let me drop the calling link for everyone else to call in. All right. And again, guys, if you haven't already, like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting my channel, but also other channels that talk about Beverly Hills, that talk about Housewives, that talk about reality TV. But as you know, that's not the only thing we talk about here on the channel. We talk about everything in pop culture. All right. All Taurus gang is in the building. I see you May 3rd. What's going on? All right. In My Opinion's backstage. We're going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going on, In My Opinion?
Hey, Kempire, how are you today?
Oh, how are you?
I'm blessed by the best. Let me tell you, Kempire, this episode took me to so many different places for so many different reasons. And the stuff that's going on social media has me like, I understand. Let me tell you something. First of all, I'm going to give Garcelle all her flowers, okay? Because it couldn't be me. And I'm a mama of 5 boys, okay? You're not going to disrespect them. Yes, you're not going to disrespect them whether they 14 or 16. Okay, you're not going to even disrespect them at 21, and they can handle their own battles. Okay, it's a certain decorum you should have as a woman, that you don't talk to somebody else's kid like that. And what was he doing to you? He was getting his mom some flowers. Exactly. He shouldn't have to answer to you. You ain't paid nothing.
Yeah.
Nowhere. What was your pocketbook when she was spending this money for this party? You can't tell nobody to get out. I'm going to tell you to get off my TV screen.
Ooh.
Because you toxic. And pay these people. Sell all that stuff you're trying to hold on to so you can pay these victims that you got out here. Okay? Don't talk to nobody child like that. Whether they black, white, green, yellow, whatever. Nobody should be talking to nobody kid like that. I saw all the stuff going on about them talking about Portia, and I was like, how did Portia even get into this? Like, as a community, we don't have to dig in the mud just like these people to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get your feet dirty on these internet streets because something you see on TV. That's not going to help the situation. It's just going to drag us back down with them folks.
Exactly.
They already think we low budget and basic as it is. You don't have to show them that.
No.
You prove a point by telling them, hey, this is not right. And we ain't going to stick in the mud like y'all. We going to get up and rise up and show y'all how black excellence really is. We can use our mouth. We don't have to bully nobody else's kid.
Exactly. All right.
Kempire, you have a blessed day.
And I'm sure I'll see you for
thank
Dubai.
You to all the mods out there. I want to tell you thank you to all the mods because y'all do an amazing job.
Definitely.
And Kempire, I want to say to you, blessings to you, baby, because I know seeing all this stuff and having to report on it so many times, it's got to be, I'm serious, it's got to be something for you too because you're a black male. And people don't understand that our black men have to go through so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that hurts my heart. It hurted my heart to see that Garcelle felt like she couldn't speak the way she wanted to because she was trying to save a certain decorum and do it in a way that she had to get this girl to a sober state so she could really understand where she was coming from.
Yeah.
As a mom, that hurts my feelings. I just want everybody to know, hey, we don't have to do all that. Y'all use your words. I don't care what you do. If you got to call Bravo yourself, call NBC Universal and tell them, hey, we don't want this on our TV screen. Don't go belittling somebody else.
Tweet Andy Cohen.
Well, Andy Cohen, let me tell you, he got his job. It's just for the title, okay? He can't do nothing. So we're going to call these doggone people that can do something because I already know Andy Cohen just got the executive producer just for credit.
Ooh. All right. In my opinion, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Well, not in my opinion, trying to make me tear up on this damn Real Housewives of Beverly Hills conversation. Look, it can be, and some of you were saying don't report on Southern Charm. It can be triggering for Black people. All right, I don't need another triggering show. I really don't. I really don't. Judy, thank you so much for the super chat. And Judy's reminding you guys, be brief. Kemp gotta eat. Yeah, guys, it's lunchtime. All right, some of y'all are eating and watching. You know what? Hi Vibe, thank you for the super chat. Hi Vibe says Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has been dark since season 1 with Kyle and Kim in the limo. Oh yeah. Then Taylor's husband unliving himself. Yeah, thank you for doing it that way. And then Brandy. Now Erika. Now the racism. Recast, please. God damn, when you put it like that, woo, high vibe. Cole, thank you so much for the super chat. Cole says, love listening to the channel Kempire and always love hearing what, in my opinion, has to say too. Me too. All right, we have some of the best callers, right? Don't we? All right. Let me just say thank you, Patrine. Thank you so much for the super chat and for letting me know I missed some super chats. Hopefully the rest of the season will bring it because I skipped most of the personal scenes because half of the cast have nothing going on and are uninteresting. How do you guys feel about that? All right. We have a long line backstage. Again, guys, be brief. We're not going through the entire episode. Please think about the most pressing thing that you want to talk about. Say it, and then I have to move on. All right. Rasani, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Rasani?
I don't know why you like to make that speech when you see me coming up next.
I know, I say this all the time. Go ahead, Rasani.
Okay, I'm going to try and be as brief as possible. One, Kyle is just proving that what LVP said about her is absolutely correct. Do you remember? I don't even remember what season, but seasons back when she's like, "Oh, Kyle only gets close to you and wants to be friends with you because she wants Mauricio to sell your house or you to buy a house from Mauricio."
Yeah,
Kyle, you're giving me that vibe because you and Sutton are supposed to be friends enough that Sutton rented your home from you, but you're backing Diana. Kyle, I don't know. Do we send out uterus invitations for what happens to our uterus? I'm confused. Is that what we do now? Okay. The making, with the Garcelle and the Erika thing. I think Garcelle handled it properly. My parents always say, you don't argue with a fool. They will bring you down to their level and then beat you with experience.
Oh. Let's drop the mic on that one. Rasani, thank you so much for calling in. That was perfect.
Oh, I have a question for you and for the chat, because I find it very disturbing with Bravo, NBC Universal, with the bringing back Leah Black, what's her face liquor, with the Epstein thing, and the racist thing, and I don't know. Is there a secret FBI case with the Epstein thing? Because I don't.
Sting operation. Let's have that. No, honey, that's a long conversation. Let's have that in the chat. All right. Thank you so much for calling in. I keep telling y'all, be brief. Okay, we're not getting into longer conversations. We are recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All right. I'm going to bring up Miss Beverly's backstage. Hold on. There goes Miss Beverly. What's going on, Miss Beverly?
Hey, Kempire, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Okay, first and foremost, RHOBH James Khan. And right on Sister Soldier Cherie. But anyway, just Crystal actions with Garcelle's son protecting him and setting Erika straight. She's almost redeeming herself from the darkness. And did you notice that Crystal mentioned watching portions? I guess she's trying to bring out her eating disorder more. Did you notice that at the table?
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it was just very brief. She said, "I'm watching my portions." And then also Erika kissing Sutton behind at the table when she said, "I called you and let you know I'm running late." So yeah, I'm not going to stay on here long because everybody is bringing up every other point. So I just wanted to make it brief so everybody else can call in. Everybody,
you some good points though, Miss Beverly. I didn't even notice those things. So thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Everyone have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. Yeah, see, this is why I love having the callers because there's so many elements, and I watched these episodes at least twice. So I'm sort of like, wow, I completely missed that. And as you know, Crystal is going to be talking about her eating disorder this season as well. So wow, okay. Patrine, thank you so much for the super chat. Hopefully the rest of the season will bring it because I skipped most. Oh, I already read that. Thank you, Patrine. Thank you, Dina, for the super chat. Dina says Kyle is the producer's pet, always inserting herself. We know that. Silly Rabbit, thank you so much for the super chat. Silly Rabbit says Garcelle, 100% class act. Definitely. And I saw that you guys had a couple of questions. First of all, D-Town, we did do a separate video before the live talking about Pedro and Chantel filing for divorce. Well, Pedro filed for divorce back in May. So be sure to check out that video, and excuse the audio. We're fixing things here in the studio. So be sure to check that out if you haven't checked out our report on the Family Chantel update. And Sexy Nessa wants to know what I'm drinking. I am drinking a cassava shake with some fiber, banana, and peanut butter. And of course, coconut water and some regular water. Okay. All right, let's get back to some of these calls. Oh, wait, we had a couple of super chats. Let me get to the super chats before I move on, because I don't want to lose them. Okay. All right. I think I got them. All right. Renee, thank you for the super chat. Renee says, Bravo knew exactly what they did. They totally gaslit the Black community and wanted the reaction. They are profiting on our pain. That's not the first time people have accused Bravo of that. Dina the Explorer says, did you catch Kyle cooking with canned yams? Did class? That's why I feel like that stuffing that she was doing, I felt like that was just multiple boxes of stovetop. Angelique, thank you so much for the super chat. Angelique says, watched last night via TikTok with us. Had to rewatch. Still mad. It gets cold in Cali, but not like 50 degrees. Really? Thanks for the Work Breaks Company. Thank you. All right. And thank you again, Silly Rabbit. All right. Thank you all for the super chats. If I missed your super chat, I apologize. We do have record numbers of people watching our recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We had almost 2,200 people here tonight, this afternoon, and I'm sure we're going to have plenty more people discussing this in the comment section. So shout out to the replay crew. We see you, we hear you. We want to know what you thought of the episode, what you think about what the callers are bringing up. Let's have that conversation in the replay comment section. All right, let me bring up some more callers. And again, callers, most pressing topic that you want to talk about, be brief, because we have a long line and people trying still to get into the live chat, into the backstage. All right, I'm gonna bring Norma up for a quick comment. What's going on, Norma?
Hi. I will be brief. First of all, rest in peace, James Caan. Second of all, I think Diana has absolutely no class. She should have let Sutton know. I don't care how much money she has. She probably is going to brag that she was out there on Thanksgiving giving little Mexican kids food, because that's how she rolls. And Lisa was deflecting when Garcelle said that Diana was rude, and she turned it on Sutton and started saying, oh, you called her a mofo. And, you know, you want to talk about passive aggressive? That's passive aggressive. Yeah. And the last thing that I'm going to say, Miss Opinionate hit it on the head. It bothers me because, you know, here's Erika a few seasons ago crying because her son is a policeman and what she suffers, but she does not know what mothers of kids of color suffer. You know, these kids, they can do whatever, you know, they can be out just walking and they can get in trouble. Yeah. So for her to be so disrespectful to Garcelle's children hit me on a level that is real hard, because I am a mother and, you know, I am a person of color, and I am grateful that my kids are protected, but not everyone has that same luxury. And that's all I wanted to say. It really pissed me off. Okay, I love you, Kempire. You are so talented.
And I didn't want to make you cry, but thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And I think sometimes, and I hope and I implore Bravo, the producers, and the housewives that watch this recap and hear mothers, and look, I can only speak from my experience as a Black man here in America, a gay Black man here in America, but mothers of children, that's a whole different experience that I can't speak from. So I appreciate all the callers calling in and sharing their thoughts. All right, let's get to some more callers. El Michelle's backstage. We're going to bring her up for a quick comment. What's going on, El Michelle?
Hi, Kempire. I'm going to try to keep it quick. So if you can allow me 60 seconds, I have a small list.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Lisa and the new girl, I call her Nouveau Riche Biche because that's what she called. Well, she introduced herself as being Nouveau Riche. It was a boring scene. I felt like it was a throwaway. It's very interesting, just like Norma said it in the call previously. They call Sutton passive aggressive, but everything that Diana does literally is passive aggressive constantly. I think it's interesting that Lisa brings up race in her tweet. I'm gonna make that part quick. Brings up race in her tweet, especially after the season where Garcelle called her out for making that comment to a mutual friend. And it's interesting that she went to race when the issue wasn't actually what she was even discussing. Like, you're going too far. Dorit, I appreciate her. It seems like when she was speaking to Kyle that she was trying to convey to Kyle how serious and how disrespectful Erika was. And I appreciate that on her. I roll my eyes every time she speaks on that doggone burglary. I feel like you have a mini storyline if you just confront Erika also about what she said to be. Like, you bringing up PK, like you can be in this conversation about the fact that Erika drinks too much. You're bringing up old stuff that you're cool with PK now. PK has your back. To watch Kyle suck up to these girls that she had perceives that has money, is aggravating. And I believe what someone says that she's doing that just to keep Mauricio's name in the loop as far as selling a house. Last thing, Erika, at first I thought she should go, but to me, she keeps the story going because she is so messy. To me, she is the equivalent of Gina from OC. It's kind of pathetic to see her be the last one to leave. And I'm sure PK and Dorit probably had to peel her from the ceilings to leave. And I also find it kind of interesting and kind of fun. I don't know why it's fun to me to see Erika and Sutton banter, because I feel like Sutton would be a real friend to Erika if what happened last season. Because if you recall, she was the one who offered Erika money after they when the divorce was announced. Your friends are the ones that are actually going to hold your feet to the fire and still love you at the same time and respect you. So I feel like there's a true relationship that can be formed between Erika and Sutton. And I kind of want to see it because I feel like there will be no fakes and phonies like it is with the faux Fox 5. You have a great day. I would ask you what's for lunch, but I don't want to get cursed out. You have a great day.
Goodbye, Michelle. All right, guys. El Michelle said a minute. Y'all saw that was 3 minutes. Stop playing. There are people backstage that are waiting to get in and get on. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I want to hear everyone's opinions, but I also want to hear everyone's opinion. So I'm trying to get to all the callers, but I will start cutting people off and just be like, all right, we're done for the day. All right. So I can see we have Dewan backstage. We have Monique. We have Paulette. We have Nawal. We have Stefan. We have Toya. We got Leah backstage. We got Ty. We got Binta. And we got Joanna. Joanna's the last one. No one else call in. I'm not taking any more callers. All right. All right. Let's bring out Dewan. What's going on, Dewan?
Not much. How you doing, Kempire? I just quickly wanted to say I'm annoyed that Erika is going to use her situation and turn this into a woe is me. I'm taking medication to deal with this anxiety and intentionally drinking, as we've seen in these scenes. If you're on medicine, you know you're not supposed to be mixing it with alcohol. Come on. And for her friends to sit around and advocate for that is insane. And particularly Kyle, because we've seen her deal with Kim and the alcoholism for years. And so that's puzzling. I'm very tired of Kyle. I don't think she brings much to the show. Neither do any of them. I'm supporting Garcelle, obviously. I hope that she can rebound from that. You could hear it in her son's voice, as others pointed out. Obviously, he was bothered by it. And I'll stay tuned. I appreciate the time. I'll be quick because I know you got to go.
Thank you, Dewan. That was quick. Thank you. Bye. Can y'all be as quick as Dewan? Just saying. All right. Thank you, Jamie, for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Okay, Budget says this. Jax was hurt and I was hurt for him. His heartbreak broke my heart. Erika doesn't care and her apology was crap. And I think Jax genuinely was just shocked because he didn't expect it. He's like, I'm going to get my mother's flowers and then I'm leaving. And then he's like, she stops him. He's like, I'm going to get my flowers and I'm leaving. All right. Monique, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Monique?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm going to be quick, baby, but I don't know about as quick as the last one. Now, that was record speed, but I'm going to do my best. You know, I'm working too, honey. So, okay, go get into it. So, as soon as I was trying to throw Kyle a bone this season, honey, she just messed it up and just pissed me off this episode. So, disappointed in her. With Erika, very embarrassing, very rude. And the thing is, no matter how old, like, a child is, whatever, to the parent, that's still going to be like your child. So I would feel mortified hitting on him in front of like his mother. It's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know if she's aware that Oliver's wife is actually white. I wonder if, because his wife is white, I wonder if Erika felt more comfortable hitting on him because, you know, I'm just curious about that. And then, yeah, the baby mother comment. I feel like Erika is one of those white people that tries to be down with the Black people and speak our lingo, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just one of those that I feel like is gonna try hard and like try to fit in and prove that she's so cool, you know. And then Diana, very rude, very immature. Not only the way that she deals with Sutton, but also her being very petty about Garcelle's rude comment. It wasn't like Garcelle was attacking her character. She was just simply saying in that moment, you know, it came off a little rude. And to see how Diana is taking it so intensely and just, oh, she gotta go. Like, I tried to give her a break, but I don't like the way she acted at the party. It was just rude. Sutton is not perfect. We know that. She has her flaws. But I do feel like Diana was the one that was more aggressive.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling in. All right. Paulette, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Paulette?
Oh my God. It's my time. Okay. So I want to speak. It's my first time too. I want to mention Dorit and this burglary.
Okay.
It's kind of giving me, mommy helped me with my science project when Crystal took her to the self-defense class.
Yes.
If it was me and I made up this whole elaborate, oh, I got burglarized, I just would have went a whole different way. I would have had the cameras come in, film me laying in bed, crying, you know, eating ice cream and all this other stuff. I don't know. Dorit is more like, I don't know what to say, but that's just all I wanted to say. Dorit has to go. She used to be my favorite. The whole panty gate was cute and cheeky, and now she's just in the background. I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, and literally I did take notes on Dorit, and I didn't even talk about Dorit. I think I'm a little tired of, and I'm not tired of her talking about this home invasion. I think the more she talks about it, the more I don't believe it. Just saying, personally. I don't know. I wasn't there, but just saying. Adrian, thank you so much for the super chat. Adrian says, Garcelle's better than me because I would have dog walked Peroxide Barbie up and down the street talking to my kids like that. I'm sick of this fake mob boss with no money bullying everyone. Erika. Thank you, Adrian, for the super chat. All right. We have quite a few people backstage. So I want, again, callers, be brief, to the point. All right. All right. I'm going to bring up Nawal. Hold on. What's going on, Nawal?
Hi, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, as much as we do not like Dorit and we're not interested in her whole home invasion storyline, like, we also have to understand that this was like taken not that long ago, like from November. I know, like early November, the break-in happened, and now we're in Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So not much time has passed for, you know, like for her to just get over it if it did happen. But I will say that, like, with the whole Garcelle and Erika thing, Kyle, I was very confused because she comes from a family of addiction, and like the reason why Garcelle was talking about Erika and the whole mixing drugs and alcohol is because her son battled with addiction, so like she can easily spot when things are wrong. So she was honestly just trying to help out Erika, and I was just really confused by Kyle's response because you should be very sensitive when it comes to that. And then another thing is that I don't really like it when people say like, oh, they would have handled it differently with the whole like Erika yelling at Garcelle's son. Like, if it was my son, like, I'd be in jail. I'm like, people are different. People handle things differently. So I don't think it's fair to like say that you would have handled it a different way. It's kind of like it's like in a way a slap in the face for Garcelle. So like
like you didn't do what you're supposed to do for your mom, for your children.
Exactly. So it's like she did it with class. Number one, Erika would have never understood like what she's saying because she was lit, and yeah, and plus her kids were
You
there.
say
So.
she was lit? Okay.
But that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, Kempire.
Thank you so much for calling, Noel. All right. Stefan's backstage. Toya's backstage. Leah's backstage. Ty is backstage. Hold on. And we got a couple more people. Oh, and Binta and Joanna. And Joanna will be the last caller. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We do this every single Thursday. Stay tuned for more things. If you haven't joined our Discord, I haven't mentioned it a lot because we're going to be limiting who can join our Discord. So don't act up. Join our Discord at teamkempire.com/Discord. Okay. And we have mods there too. All right. And if you hear them work, look, my property managers are at work outside. All right. If you missed it, then you missed it. You don't get the joke. All right. Let me get to the callers. All right. Stop laughing. All right. Stefan, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Stefan?
Okay, hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm be quick for real. I'm not gonna go in on Erika because everybody already said what needs to be said, and the microaggressions just have to stop, period. My biggest thing is I'm ready for the reunion because I want to know if Mr. Cohen is going to come back from a commercial break with the serious hands and the serious face and talk about the grabbation of the situation, because every time one of the black girls have a moment and it gets physical, Portia and Kenya, Portia and Cynthia, Monique and Candace, he wants to say, oh, bravo, and the show doesn't condone violence. But I've seen several times on Watch What Happens Live and even at BravoCon with a lot of their white counterparts, they key in and laughing about physical altercations that have happened on the show. So I just need them to keep the same energy. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Stefan. Take care. I mean, and the thing is, I part of me doesn't want to say it to Andy because I just want to see it play out on the reunion if he does do the same thing. And now that we've warned him, I wonder if we're going to. Remember, during the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion, he didn't give us any sort of, for Teresa's behavior of throwing the food at Margaret. We didn't get anything like that. And I heard people saying, oh, is he going to say the same thing? And he didn't. He didn't. I'm sure he'll say it was edited out, whatever. Okay. Toya, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Toya?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Well, just to piggyback off what you just said, he also had nothing to say about when Teresa told Danielle to yank Margaret's hair. So that's another thing.
Jersey.
And I don't know about you, but if somebody pulls your hair, that neck, I don't know. Something happens to it. And she's of a particular age, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, everything that's going on in Beverly Hills is honestly giving me anxiety. It's very disgusting. These ladies, rallying behind Erika is very irritating because it's just there's no excuse for behavior. Drunk or not, you shouldn't act that way, especially to somebody else's child. That's just very disrespectful. But I also want to say that we all support Garcelle. We love her. We support her. We support Jax. However, we should not go on social media and harass that little girl because first of all, it's wrong. We all grown. We shouldn't be doing that. But at the reunion, guess what's going to happen? Kyle is going to cry, oh, my daughter had death threats. Oh, which maybe she does. I don't know. And what's going to happen is that everything that would happen to Jax is going to be overshadowed by what we are doing now. So we need to stop that nonsense. And we need to hold the people who need to be held accountable and leave people's kids alone. Yep. Leave that little girl alone. Yep. That's all I wanted to say. And I stand with Garcelle, and I stand with that young man who was very respectful and walked away. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toya. See, this is what we have the best callers. You guys bring up so many. First of all, you bring up things that I may have missed. You bring up issues that we need to talk about. And I agree. And I think the emphasis on people leaving Kyle's daughter, Portia, alone in the comments, you guys are hypocrites. You can't say in the same breath, Erika should not be talking that way to Jax. And then you're in the comment section being horrific to Portia. Stop that. All right. Life with Leah's backstage. I'm going to bring her up. What's going? Oh, wait, hold on.
I'm here.
What's going on?
Hey, Kempire. This is my first time. You're my Taurus brother.
Yes.
And I just want to say I love you, Mods. I love you. Okay, real quick.
Okay.
White aggression versus Black aggression in America. We need a town hall on that, because every time when I watch this episode in particular, it just made my blood boil. Because like you said, and the caller said before, when there's aggression that a white person does to another white person, even though it's wrong, and any aggression is wrong, okay? But when it's a white on white, it's poo-pooed, and Andy never says anything. But then when it's a Black or a white, or a white person doing something to a Black person or a person of color, then that's also poo-pooed. Like, come on now. Like, you're gonna have to, it's wrong on both, or it's right on both, or what are you gonna do, Andy? Don't be surprised if Andy or the producer is gonna be watching this Kempire on the replay, and they're gonna put a statement on the rest of the season saying that we do not condone. They're not going to wait until the reunion to do it. They really need to start doing it now, because what Erika did to Jax was wrong on all levels. And if it was if the racial shoe, I put a comment in, if the racial shoe was on the other foot, it would have been an uproar. Garcelle would have been raked beyond the coals all over.
She already is. The people are questioning her mothering right now. And it's like,
let me tell you something. She did what she was supposed to do, because those cameras are rolling.
Yeah. And I honestly believe if she did drag, Erika, then there would be some people that say, oh, she's doing too much. You can't can't do that as a Black woman on television.
That's right.
She's damned if she does, and she damned if she does.
That's right. It's a catch-22, but all I have to say is I think we need to do a deeper dive on this, Kempire. I love you. I love everything you do. I'm pretty new to the area and your platform, but I'm loving every minute of it. God bless you and continue the great work.
Thank you so much. Take care, Taurus
All
sister. All right. We have 3 more callers, guys. We're going to get through these callers, and then we're going to wrap it up. As always, don't forget to check out some of the stories that you may have missed already this morning when we were talking about the family Chantel. If you hear noise in the background, look, it is what it is. We're running long. I didn't expect to be live 2 hours later, but here we are. But I think you guys can hear me more than you can hear in the background. Y'all let me know in the live chat. So sometimes I assume you can hear things that you can't. All right. Let me bring up some callers. Ty Gogo, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Ty?
Hi. Good afternoon. And I feel like all of the other callers they just hit the nail on the head with everything. I just think that when Sutton called the lip licker soulless, I think stop it. I think the only thing that Sutton had wrong was that she's not the only soulless person on this cast. There are a number of these women, and it's so sad because, granted, this wasn't what the premise of the show was, and now it's turning into, honestly, it feels like who can one up the next person, who can somehow become the topic without also divulging too much of their lives. It's really, really, really terrible. Garcelle handled herself so well with how her son was spoken to. And I think as Black women, we have to be poised in every single situation. And it's so unfortunate because we don't get that opportunity to be human. So I understand people saying that if they were Garcelle, they would have done this and they would have done that. And in my opinion, I don't condone violence. However, they would be right to deal with Erika. However, but what is it worth? Your son sees this and your mom goes to jail, or this just lives in, the internet and social media forever. Your mom putting her hands on someone. It's hard enough out here for a Black woman. So Garcelle did what she could to contain herself. Oh my gosh, yes. So she did well. She contained herself as best as she could. But I don't know if you noticed when that camera panned to Garcelle, when Erika was getting a drink, oh my God, if looks could kill. Oh, but thank you so much. I won't keep you. And also shout out to Mods.
Yes. I love that you guys show love to the mods. Shout out to all the mods, guys. And live chat, don't forget to show love to the mods. They are allowing us to have an entertaining conversation, but also the serious parts of this episode that are triggering a lot of other conversations. So again, shout out to our mods. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We appreciate you. Help us keep the lights on and make some upgrades to the studio and what we do here, because we're always elevating. We're always elevating and always letting people know they need to elevate too. All right. Thank you. First of all, Deborah, thank you so much for the super chat. Deborah says, these mean girls pushing Garcelle to have an, quote, angry black woman meltdown. Not cool. We see what you're doing. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Okay. You guys said, I don't hear any background noise. So that means my sound system's good. Candace, thank you. Thank you. What noise? Good. That means you didn't hear it. I only hear you. Don't hear background. Perfect. All right. That means all right. Because I assume, because I hear things, so that's it. All right. Rasani, thank you so much for the super chat. Rasani says, can we as Black people let go of the angry Black woman? We are all humans and we all get anger, just like we took back the N-word. We need to take back that as well. We are allowed to be angry too. Period. Dot. Okay, I think that's what you're trying to do. Thank you so much for the super chat. Paulette, thank you so much for the super chat. Paulette says, thanks for everything you do, mods and Kemp. Thank you so much, Paulette. Appreciate that. All right. Let's get back to these last couple of callers, guys. I'm going to bring up Binta, and then I'm going to bring up Joanna. Hold on. Binta, what's going on? I can't hear you, Binta. Uh-oh. Binta, do me a favor. Drop out and call back in. Maybe, with StreamYard, it can be a little funny. They're a little funny. So drop out and call right back in, okay? All right. I'm going to bring up Joanna. What's going on, Joanna?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, I can. I'm gonna keep it brief. First of all these super chats are not one shimmy. The shade of it all.
No. And for those that have been around for a long time, know what she's talking about. All right, I used to shimmy for the dollars, but I started watching P Valley, and I said I need to stop shimmying. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, Joanna.
Oh, if you was in P Valley doing your shimmy, you would get all the dollars, honey.
Right.
Because you'll get to see, you haven't watched it yet, but you're going to get to see Uncle Clifford on the pole in season 2.
All right. I started season 2. I haven't seen that part yet. Uh-oh.
It's coming. But anyway, back to Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm as an elected official in Arkansas, I've seen racism overtly and covertly. Mm-hmm. And it's a very fine line to walk. To not be considered the angry Black person, so I get why Garcelle responds the way she do. Like I said yesterday, she is a saint. Because elected official or not, like I said, them dollar store tracks that Erika is hawking right now would have been on the floor had she talked to my kid that way. Either one of them. I want to know if Farrah had been at her mother's birthday party and PK was talking to her about having threesomes. If everybody would have been cool with it.
That is such a great example. I'm so glad you said that.
And the baby mama, like, you just heard the man say he was married. So you being disrespectful to him and his mother with everything that you're saying sexually, and to his wife to call her baby mama. Stop it. Just stop it. Like, I can't. It's ridiculous. It's racism dripping all through it, like when Jax and Crystal were getting the flowers, and she said, "What are you doing to her? What are you talking about?" So yeah, that was it. Kyle needs to go. She's a hypocrite. Rashad was cute. The little trainer that Crystal took her to.
He was cute. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like how he was acting all happy when he saw Dorit.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Like, sir, you already got these hoochie daddy shorts on. Calm down.
I like the hoochie daddy shorts, but that's me.
But yeah, it's a mess. Beverly Hills is ratchet, and they just need to go ahead and admit it. Everybody but Garcelle and Sutton are ratchet on that show. Diana talking about headbutting people and licking her whole face off every time the camera gets on her. And it's been ratchet. People throwing glasses at tables and standing up and yelling in restaurants. And y'all ratchet. Y'all more ratchet than the Black shows. And Andy needs to check it. Ooh. And Bravo needs to fix it. And that's it.
Thank you, Joanna, for calling in. Oh, Joanna brought up such a good point, and this is why I love when you guys call in, because our community are just you guys think outside the box. And she's right. If the tables were reversed in regards to what Erika Jayne was doing to Oliver, and it was one of Kyle's daughters and PK, or, you know what I mean, we're doing that, we would be having a very different conversation, live chat. Wouldn't we, replay crew? We would be having a very different conversation on, oh, he's a creeper, he's a predator. Just saying. All right. Hold on. Let me, Binta, I see you. We're going to bring you up in a second. Miss Esquire, you lucky I'm feeling generous right now because I said no one was coming on after. Norma says, yes, I wanted a shimmy. All right. But then you guys started going in on the shimmy. Sizzle who says, I do miss the shimmy. For those that have been around a while, know what we're talking about here. It says, not Kempire being delivered from the shimmy. I found the Lord. Okay. Real Housewife says, you don't have to shimmy. You make money moves. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Dale says, hashtag bands will make him shimmy. Not bands. Come on now. And Miss Nandy, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Nanny says, just joined. Did you notice that Garcelle wanted to limit the alcohol intake, but Erika and Dorit kept demanding more drinks? Please notice that. You're right, because we did see that during last week's episode, and that's why I was surprised that she got so drunk. But apparently they were like, oh, more and more and more. But people still were lit. People still were lit. Erika wasn't the only drunk person at Garcelle's birthday party. And Garcelle, when she talked about the birthday party before it even aired, she said people were drinking. All right. They weren't the only ones lit. So the drinks were flowing everywhere. All right. I'm going to bring up Binta. What's going on, Binta? You're muted. Uh-oh. You're muted. Hold on. Let me tell you how I unmute you. I can't unmute you. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to take you down. Miss Esquire, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Miss Esquire?
Thank you so much. You are so benevolent, our fearless leader. I just want to say that Bravo does have a real serious race problem on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And because of the title of my name, they really need to check this issue because it raises real risk for them. What we saw Erika do was both fetishize a Black man and do what a lot of people do to young Black boys. I know Jax is taller than most 14-year-old boys, and I know his build is bigger than most 14-year-old boys, but he is a child, a literal child. And she didn't scream at him once, not twice, but thrice. And it's unacceptable. And it's unacceptable that any mother sat in the presence of that and did not check him. Dorit and Kyle's behavior with Mauricio and PK, absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. There's no way that these people have been through any kind of implicit bias training if they didn't understand that there's no reason that a white woman of Erika's age should be yelling at a little Black boy or fetishizing a Black man who is not her partner. I don't understand what Bravo is doing in their diversity, equity, inclusion programs, in their HR, in any of the training that they do with their talent. But those are their independent contractors who are on television creating these risks. And I don't understand how it's still being allowed. I don't use the word disgusting lightly. I really don't. We have seen in this country what happens when little Black boys are seen for being older than they are. We saw it with Trayvon, we saw it with Mike Brown, and I don't think my arms are tired from reaching for those examples. You cannot do that to little Black boys. And you could hear in Jax's voice how disturbing that was. That's not dramatic. And Garcelle is a better woman than I would ever be, because I would have dragged Erika from her cheap extensions that she sells to the edge of that damn door. And that's all. I'm really tired of Bravo with these excuses. I'm really tired of Andy. I really want them to get sued at this point. I wish Nene would have had a better legal argument for her racial discrimination claims, because they actually do have a race problem. She was just the wrong messenger for it. Thank you so much for letting me speak. Love you. And we could take a shimmy here and there, you know.
Okay. After you gave this whole speech on proper work environment, you talking about me shimmying. Miss Esquire. Okay. All right. Thank you for calling in, Miss Esquire. She broke that down, and that was the perfect last caller. Look, we are a channel that talks about the funny moments, like we're talking about shimmying and all this other stuff. But when we talk about reality TV shows, when we talk about the problematic things that are happening over at Bravo, we have to talk about them, especially when they're constantly being played out here on their new shows and new episodes of their shows. And I agree with her. And I've said this about the whole NeNe lawsuit. She has valid points that she's listing, not just on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but across the entire network. And we literally had Ebony K. Williams over the holiday weekend lay out how you can argue with Black people on these shows and not be considered racist. I thought it was brilliant. No matter how you feel about Ebony K. Williams, I thought the way she laid that out, another lawyer laying out exactly how this can happen on the show. Bravo, after all of the things that have played out over the last couple of years or even before that, you should have some sort of diversity program. You should have a diversity, whole team. I don't understand why you don't have that. I don't understand why you don't have that. Thank you, Diana, for the super chat. Diana says, thank you, Sheila, for the gifting member. Oh, Sheila's gifting memberships. Thank you, Sheila, for that. I appreciate that. That was very, very sweet of you. And Sunshine, thank you. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Diana. Sunshine, let me shimmy. Sunshine, I'm so happy that I found your channel. You're absolutely hilarious and your vibe is everything. Thank you for good content. God bless. Thank you, Sunshine. I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to everyone that called in. I appreciate that. Thank you to our moderators for allowing us to have these conversations that can be challenging and hurtful and emotional at times. So thank you to our moderators. Don't forget to show love to our moderators, guys. And thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. And shout out to Sheila for gifting memberships. Thank you, Sheila. That's very, very generous of you. And thank you to all of you in the replay crew. We haven't forgotten about you, replay crew. Thank you for being a part of our conversation. I know not everyone can be here during our live chats, so thank you for being here there. I want to know your opinions, how you would rate this episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. What do you think about our recap overall and everyone's that called in? Let's have that conversation below. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys in the... Hold on. Did I miss the super chat? I did. Rasani, thank you so much for the super chat. All right. Did I get this? I don't remember. Erika is drinking so heavily because the spirit of those lives lost are haunting her as they should. We will not be calling her Diana. We have a great mod named Diana. She is the face licker. Oh, yes. We're going to call her all kinds of different names. Sidebar. Did you guys notice that all of a sudden Hayden Panettiere is in the news again? Y'all notice that? And she's talking about her struggles and things like that. So I was like, and if you don't know about the allegations and connection of Hayden Panettiere and Madam Diana New Money Jenkins. Just saying. Welcome to the membership. Toya, thank you so much for the super chat. Toya says, I wonder if Oliver was not married and had he flirted back with Erika and maybe kissed her, would it be fine? Or would they have been saying he took advantage of a drunk woman? Just saying. Well, then there's that part. Stephanie, oh, wait, let me shimmy. Stephanie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, thanks for another great show. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you all being here. Again, thank you to our mods. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. You all Team Kempire allow us to keep elevating what we do here. So if you do see glitches in what we're doing, that's because we are testing and trying new things here in the studio, always trying to evolve and do better and bring you guys a more entertaining live show, pre-records, all of that. So be sure to check out the pre-recorded video that I did on the family Chantel and the divorce that's looming over there. And live chat. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you guys at 5:30 p.m. Eastern for our recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai. I have a lot of notes that I need to take and rehash about the things that I found out last week that we didn't get a chance to talk about. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your Thursday. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll be live again for our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip recap. Let me get out of here, y'all. Oh, not that.
always do. You want me back, but I'm through with you. You say, I'm so sorry, didn't mean to. You still love me, tell me, girl, I don't care what words they sound. And I know nothing's changed, still the same. I'm so tired and I'm tired of this back and forth. Now you're in my head and in my bed, telling me it's over 'cause I'm not in.
Wait. Shh. All right, 1,600 of you are still here. I forgot to mention something. And it's probably because I really have not spoken about the Dorit burglary. Are you all still here? Are you still here? Look, are you guys still here? I forgot to mention something. First of all, shout out to our friends over at Bravo Snarkside on Twitter and on Instagram. Follow them if you're not following them. Remember last week, someone sent in a super chat saying that the burglars need a diamond. They need to hold up that diamond with Dorit. All right, we're glad that she's safe, but I have to show you something that they did. I have to show. So this is what Bravo Snarkside posted. Watching the Kempire, he wanted this super chat into a meme. I almost forgot to bring this up. I'm so glad that I remembered. Shout out to Bravo Snarkside. That's my diamond. You wouldn't have it without me. Shout out to Bravo Snarkside for making this. I completely forgot. I'm glad I remembered before the live ended. And for those of you that stuck around, see, you just never know what's going to happen at the end of a live show. That's my diamond. I'm going to repost this on my social media for those that may have missed it. Let's get out of here. Talk to you guys later.
You mess this up like you always do.